So tell us what Samhain is, and tell us how casting a circle, what the importance of that is, and why we do that.
Samhain, Samhain, All Hallows Eve. It is not Halloween. It just happens to occur generally the same weekend. So Samhain is, or Samhain. It's, my tongue's not Gaelic enough.
Mine's pretty gay.
It is the... Okay, I let it go.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Queeries. It's Ty here. On October 18th from 2 to 4, Ink Advocates of Oklahoma is going to be hosting the 2025 PAD event over at Rad Bar in the Plaza. So that's going to be a period product donation event / packing party for people who are in need of various period care products or menstruation care products here in the city and just locally here in the metro area. It's going to be hosted by Chris from The Monthly, who we've had here on the pod. You know her, you love her. So we would love to just get down there and give her some support. Again, that's going to be October 18th, 2 to 4. Ink Advocates of Oklahoma are going to be hosting the 2025 PAD event. So please bring anything that you can, even if that's just two hands and a willingness to help out. So... we'd love to see you all there. And with that, we're going to take it over to Bob Burns. He is a local witch and general Wicca practitioner who is here to offer some sage wisdom from some years of experience. So that is going to be this special episode 13 interview. So I'll throw it over to Slayde.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Queeries. My name is Slayde, and I'm here with Bob Burns, a local witch who's been doing it for 36 years now. So y'all better listen up and take words as truth, because words have power, they have meaning, and Bob has a lot to say. So we need to listen, have big open wide ears, and understand that he's here with a purpose, and that purpose is to help educate and tell people about Wicca and Wiccan and being a witch and other things that we don't say, but we'll say today and only today.
Only today.
Only today.
Those words which will not be spoken.
I will not repeat the name of... Yes.
Okay. we'll get into all that, but hello everybody and welcome, and thank you to everyone that you guys brought me on here. I haven't done a podcast in a minute, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. So what shall we do? I'm local talent. I'm right here in Oklahoma, in case you don't know. I live up to Edmond. If you have to ask, you can't afford it. You may have seen my vehicle I drive around, because I'm very public about who and what I am. It is a white Chrysler Town and Country, and it has a 2.5-foot Baphomet on the sides of the doors. And everybody usually tells me I'm number one, or they give me the horns up. It's 50-50 here. And my daughter brought up a good point, living in the times that we are living, because believe it or why not, people that do the craft, alternate religions, anything that's outside of the red state that we live in's understanding, that's persecuted. And there's a new sticker that's going across each of my doors and across the back. And I thought about doing it in Latin. And I thought, you are in a state that's 50th in education. You don't need to be putting nothing in Latin.
They're not going to understand if it's in Latin.
Yes. And it's 3 simple words. Driver is armed.
Yeah, you got to protect yourself.
And that will, if nothing else, that will take that. Driver is armed. Oh, he has a gun.
Yeah.
So I was raised country, believe it or not. So
yeah. I was talking to Ty about this not too long ago, how I'm surprised that my parents still haven't gifted me a gun, because that's like a thing that they usually do. So I just keep a big watermelon knife in my bed.
Oh man. It's sad that we live in times where someone could be literally killed for their opinion.
Yeah.
Or who and what they believe in, or who they choose to love. And I'm a big advocate of, you have to allow yourself if you're allowing me to do what I do, the oldest religion in the world, you could be religious about not going to church. Who's to say my Hispanic brethren who have the big St. Mary of Guadalupe on the back of their pickups, no one flips them off. You're flipping off a small army there. I'm half Hispanic, so don't get it twisted. What were we talking about?
I don't know, but I mean, it brings up a good point that there is stigmatization around that, so much so that people, without even understanding what it actually means,
right,
will get upset or get offended. Yes, you have the right to be offended. That doesn't mean you get to be in front of me.
That is one of the satanic tenets.
Yeah, I think
personal freedoms. Number 4, you have the right to, there's a personal freedom is the right to offend.
Mm-hmm.
And to be offended, let's start a discussion. Let's not get all mad and throw water bottles on the highway at each other.
Yeah.
Or loose change.
Oh, God.
A favorite weapon. of the road warriors of rage. But yeah, let's start a conversation. If you're offended, come to Toast and Coffee and let's talk about it.
Tea. Bob is often perched up at Toast and Coffee.
Oh, I'm there. If you want to come talk witchcraft, paganism, whatevs, I may be joined by Luciferian. You're going to have to be okay with that.
Or a ginger, because sometimes I sit there.
Yeah. It's a trade-off. We're good people.
Yes. Right. I have a soul still.
Shall we?
I think. You know what I used to tell kids after that whole ginger thing went through school? Because it was rough. I was in 6th grade when South Park did that episode. And I didn't watch South Park, so I had no idea what was going on. No. And kids were just coming to school telling me I was going to die in a hole and Jesus doesn't love me and I have no soul. Really horrible
kids
things.
The best.
Really horrible things to tell someone who has no idea what's going on. I used to tell people that every freckle I had was a soul I stole. So that way they'd stop making fun of me. And it worked. They stopped making fun of me. And I'm like, yeah, I'm strapped now. Y'all don't fuck with me.
Yeah, my sister and I are adopted. She's very, very redheaded as well and has a lot of freckles. And she went, you know what? I'm a tan beauty. It's just really spread out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. These shoulder freckles are crazy.
Yeah, get in there.
Well, I think we're gonna start out just talking about like first Halloweens we can remember, like things that we did as kids or what our families did, and then we can technically talk about the difference between Halloween and the actual holiday. I have to gather my thoughts on what it was like to be a kid and go to Halloween things because I stopped trick-or-treating very early.
Oh.
Yeah, my version was I would take younger kids and like essentially babysit them while their parents meandered behind and talked with the other parents. Yeah. I was just in charge of helping the little ones get candy.
Did they have a flask?
I don't know.
Some of my parents had flasks. We drank while they were...
I think, one of them was my bus driver one year. I took her kids to go trick-or-treating.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah. She was one of my teachers. She was with me when I broke this wrist.
Oh, my word. Give us a timeline.
Okay.
What year are we talking?
I was probably like 10 or 11 by the time I started helping out. And then my family was really into working a haunted house in Catoosa. If you're from Catoosa and you've ever heard of the haunted house from Catoosa, don't ask me what the name is. But it was out of a retired cop's like backyard and garage and stuff like that. My dad's also ex-cop and ex-military and stuff. So
yeah, as is mine.
Yeah.
We have that in common.
When you're young, you don't get to make the choices of who's around all the time. Right. So, yes. So my family would do the haunted house every year, and I would either get forced to go through it, or I would just sit inside and get forced to watch scary movies and eat candy. So, I was doing something.
What year are we talking?
2000.
Oh, Lord.
Early 2000s to mid 2010.
I'm a little older in case you haven't picked up on it. It's okay.
Yeah, no. I'm only 26.
I know. Well, I am in my 63rd year of life on this planet. So, technically, this year, I haven't had my birthday yet. It's coming up, 15th of this month. National holiday. Feel free to take it off. Trick-or-treating for us was different.
Oh, I'm sure. Was there ever the apple scare with razor blades, or is that fully fictional?
My dad, being the sheriff, they would open the hospital's emergency exit, and it said candy X-rayed for free, and they would X-ray bags of candy.
Did they ever find anything?
Never. Commonplace. Popcorn balls, fresh fruit if you wanted it, full-size bars. This one teacher made key rings, little knitted key ring things. It was a free-for-all. Every house, every block, you had lights on.
Yeah.
It was great. You rarely saw people in cars, We had a rich neighborhood in my town of 4,042 people, Kingfisher, it's where I grew up. But let me tell you about the pranks.
The pranks.
The pranks.
They don't do those anymore.
We could post up and watch the older kids. Hay bales stacked in the intersection. They would steal. There was an outhouse somewhere on a farm. It was at the high school. A dead skunk hung in a tree somewhere.
Oh.
So you wouldn't know where it was, but it was stinking real bad.
That's so rude.
Oh, yeah.
And so sad. The
pranks were next level.
Yeah.
They didn't play. Toilet paper they took it off the shelf at the grocery stores. Cheap shaving cream, you had to be an adult to buy it because you would write your name in shaving cream. And if you put it on a car and it was menthol, you would have Halloween memories for the lifetime of that car.
They would eat that paint.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what?
I don't mess around with car stuff.
If someone cleaned out their garden, they had to do it the week before Halloween because they would take the old tomatoes and the peppers and the potatoes, whatever, and throw them. Lob them into traffic.
Wow.
Oh, we were delinquents.
Yeah. That sounds like chaos.
It was fun.
Is this just Halloween or was that every day?
Oh, no.
Life?
That was just Halloween. And then you could drive around the next day and see whose house got TP'd.
Oh, my gosh.
It was like a badge of honor. I always was a werewolf. And I always cut the mouth out because I couldn't stand to breathe in the rubber mask.
Yeah.
If you got in trouble, if you got caught doing something, you would swap costumes. And you always carried a sheet with you. And why would you carry a sheet?
So you can be a ghost.
Could be a ghost and cover up. Oh yeah, we had it all planned out.
Period.
And
y'all were thinking a lot more than kids these days.
Yes, and you never had the orange pumpkin because it made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had the good old school grocery bag.
Yeah.
Double that baby up. So those are great Halloween memories.
I was always a vampire. We would take big trash bags and I would make a huge cape out of it.
Naturally.
Yeah. Because that's the materials we had. Awesome. And I still dress up as a vampire.
I had old chewing gum and you dry your teeth off and put it on your teeth and put those plastic werewolf fangs on there.
Yeah.
And, the monster fangs, you get them for, a nickel in the machines. And it would stick on with chewing gum.
Wow.
That's how we kept them on.
Heard.
Yeah.
You can't buy anything for a nickel anymore.
A quarter machine, you were guaranteed like a fully inflatable football or something,
Yeah. No, not anymore.
No.
Not anymore.
Vending machines are just huge in Japan still, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every grocery store and filling station had them,
Would you say werewolf is still one of your favorite Halloween creatures?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just the whole lycanthrope, the animal within.
Yeah.
I'd say he's number one.
Yeah. Heard. Is there a favorite legend or myth from Halloween?
Back in the day, if you were, and this is especially prominent in Mexico, in el Dia de los Muertos, they would take baked treats or something and they would put them out on a table, and people that were walking to the graveyard with boughs of heather could have a little snack.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and if you could knock on their door, and that you would pageant your costume for them because you dressed as the dead. And why would you do that? The wayward spirits would follow their kin back to the graveyard. That's where the costumes came from. That's where trick-or-treating came from. If you did not leave something out, and you were obviously leaving, you had the ability to do it, smashed tomatoes on your doorstep.
People were pissed.
They would take chalk and they would put a bad rune on your door to make evil. Or they would, if you had a jack of the lantern, it was to show the wayward spirits that were in the village, someone's already here. Look at his face in the window. They would kick your pumpkin and knock it over or steal it.
Because you didn't show up for people.
You didn't show up for people. Yeah, that's probably my favorite, is that lore of all those little things coming together. I really like that.
Yeah, that is cool. I've never heard that be told.
Yeah.
Supernatural experiences.
Oh my, go first.
Okay.
It's on you.
So
Mine's a doozy. Blah, blah.
well, I could say Spooklight is one that I've seen. I have video of Spooklight. And then I saw shadow people as a child a lot.
Yeah.
That was something that I thought was trauma related. But then I kind of learned as I got older and talked about it in high school, where we did some more research and how it's more of a supernatural, like spiritual aspect, I guess. Could be both.
Depends.
Two things can be true.
It absolutely.
Two things can be true. And I would say that what I read and understood and liked to take on from it was that I was a portal or a way to get to the other side. They needed a gateway or like a spirit that was bright enough to like lead them there. And so they would come to me in my dreams while I was sleeping.
Wow.
And I would wake up and have sleep paralysis and only see an outline of a person in the dark. And they would slowly move towards me, but if I blinked a lot of times, they'd go away.
I always say that 3 seconds is an eternity if you are looking at something that you can't get your head around.
Yeah.
It truly is. That's supernatural. Something, it's beyond our fingertips, behind our eyes, but it's still very real.
Yeah.
And it never manifests like in like the group setting. You know, like I call it the Scooby-Doo setting. You never see, old man Johnson trying to scare the kids off from the carnival, because the land is worth more. So, but yeah, that's interesting, and that's a more common than you might believe.
Yeah.
It is very common, and it as we're children. As children, we're told to not believe in such things. It's all farce. It's all fantasy. It's not true.
Yeah.
It's true to you.
Yeah, it was fully real to me.
Believe
I was
that.
terrified. Because it happened almost every single time that I was in the dark.
Makes you
I
feel
could not be
alive.
alone and in the dark, and
Oh my goodness!
it would be somebody.
Yeah.
And there was the legend that there was one that had a brimmed hat that was supposed to be like there to kill you, or like that was its like goal. I don't really know about that one, but I think that's more of the myth. Like they needed to have something extra scary.
Sure.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't think you need to make something scary extra scary if it's already there.
So mine was so unexpected. I had an ex. We lived down on 9th, Northwest 9th, here in Oklahoma City, in an apartment much like this.
Oh no!
As I set the mood. She had blinds on the window. And one night, I swear I saw car lights going through those blinds. I thought, wait a minute, we're upstairs.
Yeah.
They have the ability to do that. One of those pink orbs, like you see, what are they called? Not Heisenberg things, but you put your hand on them and the electricity goes
Oh
through.
yeah, the Tesla sphere.
Tesla sphere. It looked like a Tesla sphere. I was laying in bed. And it went past me and then into the wall. Like through the wall. I could see the shadows moving because of it. It was probably 2-3 seconds. You best believe I jumped up out that bed and I was flipping on some lights. And she was like, what are you doing? She was like, oh my God, are you crazy? What's going on? I said, did you see that? I remember grabbing her and going, did you see that? And she went, yeah. She said, it's just my grandpa. He's been with me since I was little. He died in that chair that's in the living room. You might see it rocking every now and then. I was like,
I'm leaving.
come again.
Yeah.
I said, you better tell me something else. And so we had about a 30-minute conversation of how her grandfather died in that chair. She inherited it. In her adult life, she refinished it in the 1980s. Every girl had the cow chair.
Yeah.
And she said that was him. And she said, he's probably checking you out. Just like nothing. Telling me this like I'm supposed to... I'm like 20 years old, 21 maybe. I was old enough to get in bars. I remember that. And I was walking around and I'd never been that gap-jawed over something. And I went to, don't hate me, I went to Hastings and went into the metaphysical section of books. I started cracking books and there were people in there and I started talking to them. That's how I met my first witch, my first druid, my first agnostic. I met a whole bunch of people in Hastings.
Huh.
Here in Oklahoma City. That was my first supernatural experience. I've never looked back.
At that X either.
Right then. Oh no, she was a catalyst for that encounter. I've come to peace with that.
Heard.
It was, what do you do in a relationship when you're 21? Of course,
Yeah.
And we just had a great calzone that night. And I remember everything was so good. I was in that twilight. I was just about to go to sleep, and here it come. Have you ever rubbed a balloon on your head and tried to make it stick to a light fixture or something?
Yeah.
That's what was in the room. That ambience.
That energy.
I'm getting
chills thinking about it.
I was 21, 22 years old, and that is as real as this conversation. That happened. And I've seen stuff since, but that's another podcast.
Let's see.
Let's just say I have no fear of death.
I mean, I don't really fear death either.
I fear the mechanics of it. How will I go?
Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. I saw something yesterday that said I will never die by the material weapons of man. And I was like, honestly, I don't think I'd go out like that either. Yeah. I think I'm going to go out in a better way than that.
I'd like to think so, but I'm in pretty good health, and I just no. Long story short, I've seen the other side. Yeah, there is something more. It's there. Do you
as someone who believes in Wicca or Wicca? I'm so sorry if I keep butchering it.
No, I'm.
You believe life after life, all of that.
100%.
What would you say? Because it's not heaven necessarily. Do you believe it's just like another space that our spirits go?
Again, it's behind our eyes. It's beyond our fingertips. It's right here with us. It's got to be another dimension. Yeah. Because what's the one thing in the universe that cannot change? That cannot be destroyed. It only changes.
Energy.
Point taken right there. It lives on.
Taking it.
It cannot be de-manifested. It must live on.
So it's more of like a tear in our reality would actually give us access to the beyond.
I'd like to think it would be the Rick and Morty ball up here. The slime ball. I'd like to go through that, yeah. See the other side? The greatest thing you could accomplish is having an awareness of it. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, I've lived before. Wait a minute, hold on. I've done this before. This is a new body. Oh, crap, I'm chick. Oh, I'm a buffalo.
Would you say that's deja vu? Or what do you think deja vu is?
Deja vu is a reminder that you're supposed to be exactly where you are.
Okay, I like that. That's a good way to put it.
I've been asked that many times.
Yeah,
because that's the first question that people go, how about that deja vu? Like, well, you're exactly where you're supposed to be at that moment in that time. And even if you've tried to change the deja vu, if it's like a chain deja vu, which is crazy, you can't change it.
Yeah,
it just keeps happening the way it's supposed to.
I get deja vu a lot, and I can as soon as it starts happening, I can tell that it's happening, and I will. Yeah. I used to say deja vu out loud, but then people would be like, "What did you say?" And I'd be like, "I don't want to talk about it."
You should just go, "Oh, here we are again." Mm-hmm. Okay, where to now?
It's usually other people interacting in front of me, or something else happening in front of me that I'm like,
"You're the observer."
I've seen all of this before.
That's the truest form of deja vu.
Yeah,
for lack of a better word, they've tried to, take it down to the molecule and say what it is, but no, I just say you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
And I want to know about these magic names because it's very intriguing to me.
All right. So we all have a mundane name. Mm-hmm. I'm a Robert on paper. I'm a Bob in person. That's what I always tell people. I don't like the name Robert. I was named after English nobleman. I don't know why my dad did that. Anyways.
Gross. It's Bob.
But anyway, Bob. So in the craft, you are not in the world we walk in. If you enter a circle that has been cast by another witch or another pagan or druid or whoever, you are what we say is beyond the bounds of time. Let nothing unwelcome enter here. We are between the worlds. We truly are. There's a land of the living where everybody pays taxes and has phone bills. And then there's the land of us. When we go there, we're just visitors. In that place, you don't bring anything. Nobody wears watches in circle. Nobody binds their hair. Rarely did I wear my glasses. I wanted my true vision to be seen. Now, if I had to read something, I, of course, had to wear it. But that's why we always committed our parts to memory.
Yeah.
Always we committed everything to memory in a coven. We didn't do the scrolls. I just like that. That's amateur. That's a civilian effort, as they would say. Pedestrian effort. Magic names are something that is revealed to you, for you, and it is by you. You give it to yourself.
Right.
Mine, which I have since burned the parchment it was on because I'm not in the coven anymore. I don't specifically follow that tradition any longer.
Yeah.
I still know the people. I've seen them. I instinctively called them their mundane names.
Mm.
And they kind of looked at me like, oh, you are out. It's not bad blood. It's just we were together for the time we were supposed to be together.
Yeah.
And we've moved on.
Was that the group that just the leadership changed and it just wasn't the same kind of...
It changed for... Well, we hived off. Okay. We formed our own coven.
Okay.
And carried that tradition onward. And that's what they wanted, ultimately, is they wanted that tradition to be recognized. And they tried to, and the United Earth Assembly said, nah, we got enough.
Yeah.
So that's a United Earth Assembly is an earth-based religion, legalese people out of Dallas.
Right.
They didn't recognize the tradition because it didn't have any format of, it had no provenance.
Okay.
That's the best way to put it. It had no provenance. They made it up. So, still a good tradition, but yeah, just it wasn't recognized.
I mean, every tradition's made up.
True.
Every word's made up.
Like
Everything is
Mr.
made up.
Gardner. There's Gardnerian witches and pagans. They have Gardnerian covens, and they follow Alex Gardner's teachings.
Right.
So my magic name, I combined two things. The thing I first conquered a fear over, which was thunderstorms.
Okay.
Conquered a fear over them. Used to be just petrified by them. I don't know why.
I mean, they can be pretty terrifying.
And a Libra is an air sign, so I thought I should not fear the air that I breathe.
Yeah.
So I conquered my fear over that. And the raven on the Celtic calendar is my spirit animal. My daughter was born under the sign of the raven also. That's why we called her that.
Yeah. You just spell it cooler.
True. Rhayven. She gets compliments on it all the time. Mm-hmm. She goes, oh, my parents are pagan. So she has to explain that. And then, so we don't have any ravens here, but we have crows. Mm-hmm. So my magic name was, I haven't spoken this in years.
Are we going to blow up? What's going to happen?
My magical name was Stormcrow.
Ooh, that's cool.
There's another part to it. The trifecta. What did the hobbits call Gandalf when they first saw him? Gandalf Stormcrow, you are a disturber of the peace and a person not to be trusted. That's from Tolkien.
Period.
Gandalf Stormcrow was his name.
Were you aware of that?
From the
at
Maiar.
time?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It was his Maiar name. Mayor, however you want to say it. But that's why I chose that.
All right.
And I only other people that knew me as that spoke it to me. And I introduced myself only to other pagans and witches and other covenants as that. I was the summoner. I was the second in line behind the high priest. And my wife was what they call the maiden behind the high priestess. And we were a matriarchal coven, which she had the final say.
Period. As she should.
As
should. Women should.
Goddess. It was a very goddess-related type thing. We had the Morrigan as one of our patrons. So one person's name was a number because that was their birth lineage. And they spelled it really unusual. And I don't know, and I still am friends with him to this day. But he I don't know, he just had the most, his ability, we had to get him he was a transference, energy transference person. He could not eat with the silverware that was available in for the buffet or the restaurant. He brought his own in a napkin. We gifted that to him. He had to have his own utensils. Yeah. His own knife. He couldn't touch anything else around. He had a collapsible cup for a while, but if the cup was plastic, it was okay. Just cut me a metal cup. Yeah. He said he would touch something and it would just be, that's how I described it. He would inhale it and it would be like static for a moment. And it was, whatever was on that was now on him.
Mm.
Blessing and a curse.
I can kind of understand that in a way as an empath too. Like just, I also feel like if my hand is on somebody, like the energy and the heat from my hand is healing in a way. Like I've always kind of had that kind of feeling.
Reiki is that practice.
I love Reiki.
Yeah.
So I love the idea of that. Yeah. So let's talk about warlocks. Because I really want to see you go off about warlocks. There was ourselves five sayings of it. I've already used at least 2.
So a warlock is 210% made up by Hollywood. It is a name given to male practitioners of magic, and it is to induce a sense of doom and gloom and evil and power and just it's so hokey and it's so almost blasphemous to a male witch.
Yeah.
Because a witch is a witch. But no witch is the same. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
But that term, I will never in my lifetime forget this cat. Oh, remind me of this when we're talking about the recruiting.
Okay, yes.
It comes to that. But that's what that is. Please don't ever call a male witch that. Just refer to them as their name if you can't extend them that courtesy. Mm-hmm. And anyone that presents themselves as that, you're trying too hard.
This is the trying too hard hat. If you weren't on Patreon or Substack, you didn't get to know that.
All kinds of witches. If you wear this constantly, you're trying too hard. This is the Timu witch. Right here. Hi, I'm really into sunflowers. And oh my gosh, I did a spell the other night. Did you see the moon? Did you see it? Did you see it? It's a Timu witch. Get me started.
I love my sunflowers. Literally.
But that's a very Timu witch thing. I call it Timu witch. No disrespect intended.
No, yeah. You have the right to be offended.
Please be offended. Call me.
Oh my gosh, one of our guests asked you asked me actually if we had a call in line. You wanted us to have a call in number. I think that would be fun, but we'd have to have people who were watching live. So when we get to live, because he was like, is there a way for us to put this live? Facebook, what are we doing? And I'm like, I think down the line, we'll get there.
The questions we're going to get.
Yeah, and I love that.
Let that be your inspiration because they're going to come out to woodwork.
I mean, I think warlock itself being a gendered term is I think an offensive like push towards witchcraft because witch is a non-binary term and like is used by anyone and everyone who practices. And that's like the point is that it's for the people that want to practice it. It's not supposed to be like this big prideful title of like I'm a warlock. Like warlock gives that pride, like ego.
It does. That's perfect.
Egocentric.
It's egocentric. It has no place in the craft.
Yeah. Well, it just gives that like toxic masculinity, like all of the.
There's movies been made about it,
and that's it. You called it a Hollywood creation. When
it is 100%.
Yeah.
It's literary. It's in literature. It's in Hollywood. So.
So we've talked about casting. You've mentioned casting a circle.
Yes.
You've also mentioned Samhain. Did I say it right?
You did.
Yes.
Well done.
Samhain. Okay. And so tell us what Samhain is, and tell us how casting a circle, like what the importance of that is, and why we do that.
Samhain, All Hallows Eve. It is not Halloween. It just happens to occur generally the same weekend. So Samhain is, or Samhain. It's, my tongue's not Gaelic enough.
Mine's pretty gay.
It is the, okay, I let it go. It is our high Sabbath. There are 8 Sabbats throughout the year. It is considered our new year. Samhain is considered our new year as we have a calendar of the wheel of the year. And then Yule, there's a Nordic word right there. Yule, or Yule, remember the Yule log and all that? Oh, don't get me started. That's the next turn of the wheel. But Samhain, anyone that calls himself a witch, and if they don't do something on Samhain, you're letting yourself down, one, and you're kind of telling the faith like, it's our high Sabbath. It's the most revered. It's the third of the what they call the harvest festivals. It is the main one. If you come to a Samhain event at my house, y'all gonna eat.
Oof.
And eat good.
Heard.
Don't show up empty-handed. Also.
Heard.
So it is the time when I'm using this.
Perfect.
This is the plane of existence, this little mirror that we live on. This is where we walk, talk, sleep, have our little babies. This is the waking world. This is the land of the dead. It is the outer world, the world that is beyond the bounds of time in a different dimension. Between this is a veil. Think of it as an energy barrier. And here it comes. This is how deep I'm into it. When the moon enters 33 degrees retrograde into, you writing all this down?
I remember.
Okay. Into the constellation of Scorpio, that for 1 hour is when the veil is thinnest and you can holla at your dead relatives. Messages will come through. What's the kitty's name?
Mr. Binge.
Mr. Binge. That is a harbinger.
Cat.
It doesn't have to be black. Why would a cat be a harbinger for a message from the outer world? From the land of the dead. What do cats have the ability to do?
See in the dark.
They see the unseen.
I'm such a good student, guys.
They see the unseen. They can bring you messages. My wife practices cat magic. We have 6.
I love that.
6.
I love that. I grew up
And they
with
all
12.
have their own place inside and outside the home. But for that 1 hour, if you are open to it and in a circle that you have cast, beyond the bounds of time, you will receive a message. And I have received a message that, again, I have no fear of the afterlife and of death. None. Zero. I was where, imagine before this house was built, there was a field.
Yeah.
If we cast a circle and someone got a message as powerful as I did, my old mentor came to me and I saw him in his work clothes. That's how he died. That's as powerful as that vision was. I don't remember that ritual. No recollection. I remember getting there and I remember drinking heavily with my high priest afterwards because I needed to get my head around this. I remember it very emotional. I was crying like a baby. I'd seen it. I had seen him.
Wow.
And yeah, but that right there, and that was the only person that got a message that night. So that is what you do. But to get to that area, normally people, when they cast a circle, we do clockwise. We round the circle, thrice is woven. That's how we do it. We cast the circle 3 times. You can use black salt. You can use white salt. You can use your fingers.
Yeah.
As above, so below. You're casting. Because that's the most powerful tool anybody needs. You do that 3 times. You start in the east. Libra, of course, air.
That way.
East. You start in the east. 3 times. We're all beyond the bounds of time. After that, now it's Samhain. Whoa. Everything goes in a different... That's why these are all over me. These spirals. That's the way energy moves. At Samhain, it moves opposite. You go counterclockwise. Or as the toilets do in South America. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Look it up.
The equators.
So we're spiraling down to holler at our dead relatives, for lack of a better term. We're going onto their turf. That is not to be entered lightly. You don't have shoes. You don't have your hair bound. Anything. And when that circle is sealed, it must be unsealed the opposite way because you're unwinding it all. So that's how you basically cast a circle. You spiral down at Samhain. you wait to receive messages, or you're honoring a dead person or another being that is fun. We had a funeral for a cat one time. It was someone familiar. But that is casting a circle, and that is you're putting up an energy barrier, basically. Animals are free to come in and out of the circle. There is a thing called, did you write this down? There's a thing called a green man. You've probably heard of that. Remember all those sculptures that look like gargoyles and stuff? They've got oak leaves for faces, but there's a man's face in them? That's Bacchus, the god of wine, is a green man. You always give a person, like a staff, they don't enter the circle. They patrol the outside. And the green man's job is to keep prying eyes from looking over fences, or if you're out in a wooded area, like in a big public park or something, the green man is your security. So there's that. That's Samhain. It's the high Sabbath. It's the most revered for every witch. And even if you're a solitary practitioner, do something on Samhain.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a silent supper. If you set a place for a relative, your altar should have nothing but your people that have passed or pets that have passed, anything. You're remembering those who taught you the sacred traditions that we to the present day are perpetuating. So
here's a weird twist for you.
Lay it on me.
I would say that I don't necessarily have too many people or like animals that I grieve or like think about often that have passed away. I think I may have like friends from high school that literally, I think there's only like one person that comes to mind that I actually like grieve and think about often, which is my own personal issue. But for people who don't necessarily have a lot of people who they care about, but have a lot of people who have died in their lives, is it more of a statement to say like I'm only putting people who I love and support and who loved and supported me up on my altar? Or is it better to do everyone who's like from your lineage who's passed recently? Or
whose altar is it?
Yours.
It's your altar.
T.
Do with that what you will. It is for you, by your hand. It needs to reflect that. Nobody else's influence should be on there. If somebody else sees it and asks you a question, you're not even obligated to answer them.
And that's a true fact for anything. You are not obligated to answer any questions. You can plead that fifth, honey. One thing that you got us on was SBATs.
Oh, yeah.
SBATs, there are 13 of them.
Correct.
In a year. And they are either a full moon or a new moon.
Correct.
And it is like your monthly celebration.
Correct. It's the light ritual.
Okay.
You don't have to dress out, change your clothes. Changing clothes in ritual is important as well, because you're not wearing mundane things unless you're symbols of your faith or whatever it is. But SBATs are just like you could have friends over for wine around a fire. Enjoy the full moon. That's basically what it is.
Okay. So
if there's a certain, as I rudely interrupt, if there's a certain theme to the moon, like it's a stag moon, sturgeon moon, ivy moon, whatever it is, whatever your tradition, bring that flavor. And that's really what it is. It's just it's a good time to reconnect with people once a month.
Yeah.
That you want to keep in your life. Now, a Sabbath, only 8 of them, and those are, you keep your circle even smaller at a Sabbath. Because I've had a come one, come all Sabbath one time, and they wanted to be casual observers.
Oh,
and that's not allowed
participate
with us. It's not allowed.
Well, if you're there and you know what's going to be going on, either show up and do it or don't show up. Because by observing is more awkward for the people there, I would say. Because it's like we're going to be doing all of this stuff, and we would much rather you be involved, so that way we're not thinking about this person over here watching us.
Sometimes it's, and here's a great word, skyclad.
Ooh,
you know what that is?
No.
Clad in nothing but the sky.
Oh, okay. Naked.
People always say, "Oh, you're a witch. Do you dance naked in the moonlight?" Why, yes,
I do.
Yes, we do.
As you should too. You need to be naked outside sometimes.
You know the reason for that?
To cleanse your body.
100%. And there's absolutely nothing getting in the way.
Yeah.
Of anything.
You're
I've seen my whole coven naked. You're not in that sexual mindset. High school locker room mindset at all. You're not in that at all. You don't see those people as sexual beings.
That's a good conversation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They are just fellow practitioners. 38 people were at our skyclad ritual. Nothing but the firelight. And this one lady, it was Caitlin. I'll never forget. She's crossed over this old bat. She had no filter. And she was like, oh, honey, did you see? Some of them people just should have kept their clothes on.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. Bless your heart. But, oh, Lordy. It was just, I was like, Caitlin, what are you saying?
That's not what we're here for.
Oh, no, you had to know this girl. Guess what her coven name was?
Oh, I have no idea.
Cat Hair. Cat Hair Coven. It was here in Oklahoma City in the 70s.
Heard.
Gone now.
Gone with the wind.
Distant memories. But yeah, that was skyclad.
All things in three. I know we both have said that, but what is the divine meaning behind all things in three?
People have 3 stages of their lives, we believe. Let's do males. Mm-hmm. So you're a son. You're born unto a mother. You're someone's son. You hopefully had the father who mentors you. Next, you are the warrior. You have a family of your own. You possibly have children of your own. Contributor to a house, to a life, to whatever, to your partner. You're the warrior. You're in your, 20s, 30s.
Bad bitch phase.
Bad bitch phase, yeah. Then when usually you turn 50, or women go through menopause, you are a sage. In the males, you're sun warrior sage. So I've been a sage for
13 years.
13 years. Oh, good year. 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
Considered to be a teacher, carrier of the traditions, passing on the knowledge as you've honored me to do here tonight. Thank you again.
Yeah, of course. I've had a fantastic time.
Sweet.
I love getting to listen to
So
teaching.
let's do the holy ones, the females.
Yes.
The goddess,
most important.
The goddess incarnate.
Mm-hmm.
Maiden, unknown to man. A young woman.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, giver of life, you've brought life forth into the world. This is your highest honor. You're the most revered in your life at this time because you're the mentor to the next high priest, healer, whoever it was in the village. And I think very linear back the way it used to be because we wouldn't be here without their influence.
Yeah.
And then you are the most reverent thing in the craft. No one will argue this point. It is the crone.
Mm-hmm.
She was literally the one who had been malnourished, beaten, teeth knocked out, crooked nose, pale skin, lived out in the woods by herself with cats, goats, ravens circling her hut. But she was needed because of her knowledge.
Yeah.
Her hermetic knowledge that she had of the way the universe worked, her healing apothecary knowledge, all the things she could make, they still needed her.
Yeah.
But she had sequestered herself out into the woods because the common old crone, was probably persecuted at one time.
Yeah.
The pilgrims who came to this country should have brought crones with them. They'd have saved them. They should have listened to the native healer crones, but they didn't. That's why they perished. They thought God would save them. But the native people that had been there adopted their ways. They were there first, millennia before you.
Yeah.
So that's why we to the present day perpetuate and honor of all our elders. They are the most reverent people to us. So.
And how do you think that so our generation, my generation is going through a thing right now where we're having a disconnect with our elders, especially me specifically, because I'm the example we can give because I'm on this camera. I don't necessarily often match well with people my parents' age. You're an exception, obviously. But oftentimes that generation meets me with a deal of judgment that puts me into this corner that my parents put me in. And then I get triggered in that way. And things I have to work on because I personally allow myself to get cornered sometimes because of,
Right.
the things. I'm learning. I'm in my bad bitch era, but you gotta fight your own fights too.
This is why the struggle is real.
Yeah, that part. And like I think queerness would add several layers and like differences in there, because like mother being often associated with giving birth to a child.
Mm-hmm.
Our generation would argue not a lot of us want to have kids, so mothering would look a little different to a modern version of that.
You can mother someone that doesn't have that aspect in their life, and that's just as important.
Exactly.
I would say to someone that does not embrace elder people, one, you're robbing only yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you're just not embracing the right ones.
Yeah.
Find the weirdo. Find the old head that's been out there. A lot of people of my generation and my age don't feel like our presence, much less our knowledge, is wanted.
Yeah.
It's been, you know nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we know more than you think.
That was one of the reasons that I wanted to make sure we were able to bring you on, was just
Thank you.
So people could see that generations can mesh and
Absolutely.
communicate and listen to one another and actually like hear each other.
I've had some great conversations
Yeah.
at Toasted Coffee with just people waiting in line.
Yeah.
They'll see my jewelry or some weird earrings or something, you know, and they'll make that effort
Mm-hmm.
to comment, start a conversation. It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, people are open if you, and so obviously some people are not going to be, but you know, you can even like, you know, even it's just talking about the law of three. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but circling back to that.
Yeah. Circling.
Maiden Mother Crowed, Sun Warrior Sage, life, we're born to it.
Mm-hmm.
Death is only a doorway. I'm convinced of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes another person's death is a window. You're not meant to walk through it, but you need to see through it.
Yeah.
You need to see out of it. And then
Whew, that gave me chills. That was good.
afterlife. You're welcome. Those are free. Yeah. So you live your life. When we have death, sometimes it's a window, sometimes it's a door.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterlife. There is something beyond your fingertips.
And that's I feel like that it's purposefully not something anyone understands, because it's not supposed to be for us as like waking people to understand.
What did the Japanese guy say to Harrison Ford in the movie when he died in his arms outside Club Obi-Wan? I think it was Temple of Doom.
I have no idea.
He said, "The greatest adventure, my friend, I go first.
Mm.
The greatest adventure, I go first." And he died. Because he'd been his partner.
Are you talking about shit?
Not Short Round. He lived.
Okay.
He's still an actor.
Yeah, he was on Loki. I can't remember his name right now either.
But yeah, it's the afterlife. There is something more.
Yeah. It's just the next chapter.
And then what did our Catholic and Christian friends take and do to it?
Made it heaven or hell.
Oh, no.
They allowed
The Holy Trinity.
Oh, I was like, they
Father,
perverted it.
Son, Holy Ghost. So why'd they put Holy Ghost in there? Is that something Christianity teaches?
They really
Spirit
don't. Yeah.
coming to you and, angels and all that Old Testament stuff, burning bush.
You'd think if Christians really thought about spirit, they would care a lot less about what people look like.
I can't even. That's no more true statement you're ever going to make in the history of your young life.
Let me write that down.
But yeah,
Good thing it's
but
on
they
camera.
did. They made that their Holy Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at a symbol called the Triscale, it's that triple flower-looking Gaelic thing. That's what that is as well.
Mm-hmm. Father, Son.
But start looking in nature for 3s and 5s.
Mm-hmm.
Want to move to that?
Yeah, sure. 3s and 5s?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the year, yeah. Years
Anyone
of
that
learning.
wears the pentacle and not the pentagram. The pentagram is uncircled. It's just a star. And it goes a little something like this. Earth, air, fire, water, self within the one. That's what a pentacle means. Now, if it's a pentagram, it doesn't have the circle. And if it's inverted, it is the head of Baphomet, the goat. The horns, the ears, the forelocks. If a witch is wearing, or a pagan, is wearing their pentacle upside down, they are not into Slayer, as they say. They're in their second year of study.
Mm.
Oh, another thing, going back to threes.
Yeah.
There are 3 degrees within witchcraft. Formal traditions teach. The first year, it takes 3 years. The first year, you learn the self. The most unforgiving of accusers in the mirror each day.
Mm-hmm.
Know them, conquer the world. Nietzsche said that. Know the self, conquer the world. It will open before you. Because you can't be a magical practitioner if you don't know the hands that are wielding it. You must know it. Second, you learn your craft. You learn how to do what you need to do. You learn the spells. You learn the alchemy. You learn the potions. You learn blood magic. Whatever your covenant teaches you. Your coven teaches you. You learn the craft. And in the third year, get ready, honey. Honey, you better have all the protection on you need because you're going to be learning about the community.
I love the community. That's my favorite part of everything.
There's another of the threes, but going back to the 5, a lot of 5s occur in nature too. A lot of flowers, pentas, one of the most common flower. It's 5, Latin for 5. So, speaking of community, or do you have something else? Because boy, howdy. That's that conversation. It's going to be good.
Well, if you don't want to go down to, we can do community, but we were probably going to move into the membership.
That's community.
Okay, perfect.
That's
I'll let you segue into that.
Okay. So in our coven, we had 5 members at the time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was the 7. We had 7 members. It was 2 married couples, 3 married couples were husband and wife, which is rare. And then the daughter of the high priestess, she was a member. Our daughter was way too young to participate, but she was still considered a member by proxy. So we decided that we would do, it wasn't really recruiting, but we wanted to offer community a place. We would open our coven for membership.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Back in the day, before Google, there was Yahoo was the big search engine, and there was a community in Yahoo groups called Witchvox, V-O-X. Anybody that wanted to do anything, ask any questions, there were Satanists on there, there were people freshly divorced, was looking for a change, just looking for friends. And so we would vet them. You know what vetting is? Mm-hmm. Like you vet an art show, you only want... So they would petition us. We would have this thing. We are this coven. We're a Celtic tradition. We're matriarchal. We're family-oriented. Here's what we do. And it was about a 3-minute read of to what we did. Mm-hmm. And I mean, keyboard warriors, we would get 30, 40 emails a week.
Wow.
And the high priest we called him our tech ghoul. He would have to go through, he would go, okay, here's this week's submissions, requests, petitions. I can't
petitions
think of that. Petitions
for membership.
Petitions for memberships. So we had a vetting process that took a month, which was 4 meetings.
Wow.
You shouldn't be late. You shouldn't show up empty-handed. You should be ready to learn and not have to borrow anything. And you should be committed. Mm-hmm. That's the 4 things we required. Telling us a little bit about themselves on paper and in person, whoa, was a whole different shopping mall of weirdness. We got some people in there that were more than I care to. It's former Christians. They were just beat down by their church. They were told they were sinners. Closeted.
Yeah.
Gay and lesbian people.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried to make it adamantly clear that you can be yourself around us because that's what we require of you.
Yeah.
You are required to be your authentic self. Bring that energy and then see if you fit. Enter Alice. Alice was medicated. Alice would look around at everything. Ooh, kitty. Alice. 30-something. Alice, well, a little bit about me. Aliens love me. That is the first statement that she said.
Aliens love
me. Especially those, have you seen those real elegant 8-9 foot cat people?
Oh.
They're Alpha Centauri or whatever planet she made up.
Huh.
She was convinced, calm as a coma, told us that and just said, well, I'd love to introduce you all. And my high priest looked at me and went, he was nodding toward the door. And so my job as a summoner, this is a little witch trick, some sympathetic magic you can use. Never move a broom, by the way, in a home. If you find a broom, never move it. It's only swept the energy of that hearth. And I was like, oh, yeah, excuse me. I've got to visit the bathroom, whatever. I took the besom. That's what a witch's broom is called, a besom. And I set it by the door. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Oh, no. She was anchored. She wanted to stay and tell us all about, well, when can I come back? I mean, are we all going to go somewhere and eat something? It's like, no, this is a formal meeting.
Yeah.
This is you and only you. You're in the hot chair.
Yeah.
And we put her in South. And why would we put her in South? South is fire. In the hot seat, get an element of fire? Okay, I thought it was a lot funnier than me. I guess
in the hot seat.
That's why we put her in the South. That was everybody, though. And so after about an hour of her just making zero sense out of anything, I said, okay, well, we're going to have our deliberations. She goes, when will I know? Just cut everybody off, just rude. But that kind of personality would show up.
Yeah.
And then there are people that showed that we're still friends with to this day. Just genuine seekers. People that really wanted to know. And our coven, when we would even go to, like, they used to have public meetups, again, on Witchfox. They would rent out a campground in a state park, and we'd have us a good old time. But there was even like a sober coven that, but there was people we would say, hey, how friendly are you with those people? You know what? I don't really dig their vibe, or something like that. We would feel them out, because if we really liked them, we'd headhunt them.
You want to make sure that they're like the right kind of fit.
And if you camp with somebody for a weekend, you're going to know them.
Yeah. See.
But yeah, that whole open recruitment thing, we finally just stopped.
Yeah.
There was blood magic questions. There was, do you accept voodoo people? Here it comes. I got to say it for a 6th time. I'm a certified degreed 8th level warlock. I think I could teach you some things. That was the email.
Ew.
So naturally, you want to see him.
Did he play D&D? Is that where he got 8th level?
I don't know. But guess how he showed up?
In a costume with a big hat. Oh yeah.
And a staff.
He wanted to be Gandalf so bad.
He had this long. It was a robe from like a graduation from like a high school robe, and he had a bunch of like babushkas and stuff tied around it for a waist thing, like the old women scarves and stuff. He had that all around him. Barefoot, gross. Had pink hair, like faded pink. Did it with Kool-Aid hair. Sunglasses. He never took off, the little John Lennon looking sunglasses. Never took them off. They were like blue. Never took those off. And he had a hat. It looked like a top hat that he had tried to make
into a witch's hat.
I don't know what it was.
Well,
it was
a warlock hat.
It was ridiculous. And then this staff. And he also said this. Oh, I sell these.
I sell these.
If you want to make one, I could make one. I could sell them. I know about places that have energy vortexes here in Oklahoma City, and I just go there and I just start spinning. This staff has helped me spin so much. So he was a spinner. Someone wanted to go. This is not an exaggeration. He wanted to go out and spin.
I wouldn't be able to not laugh whenever he's
Here's a
showing up and
crowning
explaining
jewel
this.
to his regalia. He had a lava rock, a big one, wire wrapped, and on a toilet chain looking thing. And we didn't even ask him about that. That was his rock, man.
It was his rock.
And so he stayed about 30 minutes. He went, "You guys got anything to drink? Like hard liquor?" That's how he talked. He walked there. He did not have a car. He boot scoot boogied up the street when we were done. He walked there and walked away. We were convinced that he left something.
Yeah.
Like, because he was always like moving
Fidgeting.
around. Oh, he had a pouch too. A little medicine bag thing. It looked like it was full of rocks. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's if you open yourself up to the community, you better get ready. Go to
Yeah.
Pagan Pride Day sometime.
Pagan Pride
Pagan
Day.
Pride Day. That's a great place to see community.
I think one of the last things I wanted to touch on was having a conversation on how to know who to keep and who to cut loose. Because I think that's where wisdom comes into play. Of like, you've lived the life experience far more than I have, just knowing who you can have around in your circle, who you can trust. I think what I'm trying to learn is how do you live in a space where like trust has to be broken and then reformed.
Keep the people around you you look forward to seeing. If you look forward to seeing them, Slayde's coming, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Don't keep that person around if you want to, if you like that. If they're going to drag you down and be what we call an energy vampire, they're not happy unless the room sucks along with them. Seriously, they misery loves company. That's an old saying, and that's very true. They will light up a room when they leave it.
Yeah.
Don't keep them people around. You can't wait for them to leave, no matter how good the wine they brought was.
Yeah.
And they'll do that. They'll bring extra food. They'll bring reasons for them to be invited back. That is very important to do, I think.
Ooh, that just put a few people in my mind that I was like, oh, I actually had some people who showed up to a birthday party, brought way more than anyone else did, and was very much an energy vampire.
Yep. They need to be heard because their problems are paramount to the world's. Anything else, they need to be heard.
Yeah.
As far as your trust broken and reformed, it takes a lot. It really does. You're not obligated to trust that person again.
Yeah.
If they showed you their ass, you want to see it again? Seriously.
Yeah.
They've shown you their ass. They've shown you who they truly are because they got comfortable enough with you to do that.
Yeah.
And if you accept that as people that they have done that to in the past and have just had the whole whatever, they just let it go, don't be that person, I would say.
Yeah.
Nobody's doormat. You don't deserve to be anybody's doormat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there looking to wipe their feet.
Yeah.
I promise you.
But
if they break that trust,
yeah.
is the friendship or the relationship worth salvaging? No matter the reason.
Yeah.
Because
it's a choice.
It's 100% it was.
It's always a choice. I think that choices at the end of the day have to. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But it's one of those situations where you have to look at your choices and understand. I made this choice. I have to live with the consequences. Consequences are not always bad. There are positive consequences to life as well. But you still have to live with that. And you can also choose to say to the person that you've made a choice that may have impacted them, I'm sorry if my choice impacted you. Can you tell me about your experience?
Right.
Because I think that the hard part is that people who feel affected by something don't often listen to the other side of what's affecting them. Because there's two people, at least, in the situation. So two people need to be able to talk and be heard together.
Here's a fix, magically. And it's tough. And I don't know if everybody could do it.
Yeah.
But if you're brave enough and the friendships we're salvaging, or the relationship, write down exactly in the most blunt words possible on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Have that other person do it. Exchange it. Read it to each other. Out loud.
Yeah, that does sound...
You are not allowed to speak during it, either way. It's energy transfer.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking through different eyes. It's sympathetic magic.
Heard.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know.
Sounds really difficult. It sounds like a lot.
Oh, it sucks.
Because you have to try to read someone else's handwriting, too.
This guy. It does. It sucks, but it's what we used to call back in the day my psychology teacher, Mrs. Dage, Bonnie Weed-Eye Dage. How's that for a name? She had this weird New England accent. She goes, well, Mr. Burns, I think it's time you mend the fence. Mend the fence. That's what she would say between neighbors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we had some tough conversations in that class, face to face on each other. Breakups, stood up prom dates.
Oh, shit.
Oh, girl, there were some tough ones, but a lot of tears, and everybody was just like silent during those times, and that sympathetic energy that they were drawing to that, it worked.
It's powerful.
It's very powerful.
I talk a lot about silence and how important silence is and like allowing other people to take up your space, because like you said, some people like have this need to be heard, but some people actually like need to be heard and haven't ever been heard before.
Yeah.
And people won't listen. And people like that those people are people who have been hurt so many times by people who are supposed to be listening, but they don't always talk. And I think that we just have to allow ourselves to be open to conversation in case that is that person that we're meeting. And I think that's something that has followed me through life is if I feel that way, I know other people feel that way.
Exactly. They do. They just, you gotta work it out. So.
Yeah. And it's all about the self and understanding and knowing the self.
Again, it's in that first year. Mm-hmm. That would be a great experiment in the first year of your Wiccan studies.
Yeah.
Did we mention Wicca, Wiccan, all that? Wicca's the formal religion. If you're a Wiccan, you're a practitioner of said religion. It's formal.
We have the Wiccaning I have the Wiccaning written down.
Oh yeah, the Wiccaning. That's a good segue. Mm-hmm. My daughter was raised in what we call the goddess tradition. It literally took a village. Everyone, there were 8 of us that night, and Raven was a month old. Tiffany had finally recovered from her emergency cesarean that she had. That was an event.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. And we passed Raven. We cast a circle. Everybody was in their robes. Candlelight, Nug Champa, Lorena McKenna, one of my favorites, going in the background. Mm-hmm. We passed my infant daughter to each person in that circle and spoke our purpose and love to her. And I remember I told you, within that circle, if something should have happened to my wife and I, God forbid, we could have trusted anyone in that circle. Should our family not want to raise Raven, they would have been allowed to.
Yeah.
We have that on paper still.
Yeah. And that's cool.
That's a binding agreement.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that we have the tradition of godparents.
Exactly. They were all godparents that night.
Yeah. And I think that I keep saying I think that.
Yeah.
I know that is a really cool experience, and I know that that's something very powerful to hold near and dear, and know still to this day that if something happened, you'd still have people that you can count on.
Absolutely.
For that.
Remember we talked about the word believe?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't believe witchcraft is true. So you can believe anything, but you can't know it.
Yeah.
Now, I know I'm always going to buy liquid death.
We'll make these ads happen one day.
But I always say within the word believe or belief resides the word lie. But we should never lie to ourselves.
Yeah.
That is the one truest thing in the craft. If you want to believe something, don't lie to yourself. Make it your own.
Yeah.
Make that belief a reality. And then if something does come to fruition, you will know it works. But that's not for the world. Manifestation absolutely can happen. Like chilling someone out.
Yeah.
Putting them in your freezer.
Yeah.
That you got. If you don't want to, this is more sympathetic magic. If you don't want to hex or rook someone, which is I'm a practitioner of baneful magic as well. I'll do both sides, because there is no white magic, black magic. Magic is in the heart of the intender. It's right there.
Yeah.
That's where it resides. And that's what you're putting out in the world.
Yeah.
So you got somebody at work. You can't stand their smell, anything. Promote them out of your life. Manifest that. See them doing better elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because you're getting them away from
them. Yeah.
It's
I like that.
more money, more problems.
For someone
more responsibility, more headaches. More time away from home. But you got that more money. Promote them out of your life. It's a great way to do it. But if they're not going anywhere, and you know they're not going to go anywhere, take their name, piece of paper, write it down, their full name 3 times. If they've so much as given you anything, a paperclip or something that they've had their hand to yours given freely given, freely received. Roll that paper away from you, fold it 3 times, put it in a little dope bag. Keep saying a little plastic bag. Put some water in it. Put that object that they gave you, hair out of a hairbrush. If they're trimming their nails, get one. Oh, yeah. Put it in the freezer and chill their ass out. Don't ever let it unfreeze because they will come back into your life. Hello. So, yeah.
Honestly, I think we've done a good job. There's always something more we can talk about. But
Caller. See?
This is now the time we are receiving calls. No, that is a funny thing that we should definitely do at some point.
But Samhain is coming up. I encourage you to, even if it's a public, there are a few public celebrations of Samhain. Just understand that you are going into a energy chaotic place. So have your talismans, have whatever you need to keep your energy solid and grounded, and don't go alone.
And touch grass.
Touch grass. You must absolutely, positively, 100% be barefoot. If you're in a circle, if you're celebrating somewhere, and leave a little something for the fae. Apple, whatever. Even if it's a little something, leave something for nature. Leave something behind.
Yeah.
But there's so much more we could talk about.
Oh yeah, we could talk about it so much.
But Samhain's coming, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, is there any social media you want to plug? YouTube channel, business?
Goblin Core Aesthetics. That's what I specialize in. It is Odyssey Collectibles on Instagram. I'm Bob Burns on Facebook. You can find me there. TikTok, I am 3 a.m. Eternal, because that's the witching hour.
Yeah.
3 a.m. Eternal.
That's also when your body is the weakest, from 3 to 4 a.m.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool song by KLF as well.
Mm. There's another song called 3 a.m. by Amber Run that's really good.
Nice. But Bob Burns on Facebook. I do a lot of random postings, and hit me up on any of those platforms. I'll answer questions all day.
Yeah, true.
I'm an open book.
And you can find Queeries Pod on Instagram, YouTube, Substack, Facebook. We have our special Patreon where you can subscribe and see Bob make black salt with us tonight. You can also subscribe through Substack, and we will also have those exclusive videos for our paid subscribers on there. We are so lucky to be gaining. We now have 2 paid subscribers. Woohoo!
You might get a third.
We might get a third. It's just it's a cool thing to just see somebody want to pay for us to do good things. It's a nice pat on the back to say, hey, we appreciate you, what you're doing, and we want to empower you to keep going. We can afford lapel mics soon. Then we don't have to scream into this thing. We can just have something right here to talk into.
Oh, it's fine, Bubba. You'll love it.
Thank you, Bob, so much for coming
welcome.
over to my house and getting to chill out in this space. Yeah. And thank you for complimenting my altar, because that made me feel special. And yeah, making black salt. This has just been a wonderful experience.
Well,
and I'm very, very glad to have you here.
It was outstanding. I'll do it again anytime. So.
Yeah. We'll definitely have you back for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
So much.
And this is episode 13.
13 full moons in a year. It's not a bad number.
Yeah.
You make your own luck.
T. Thank you all so much for watching and joining us as we have talked about all things Wiccan.
Yes.
We have some special things coming up this October. Our next episode may have to do with a local queen.
Uh-oh.
It's not me. Anywho, thank you again so much for watching, listening, and doing whatever it is you do. Keep doing it. Thank you, and have a good night, a good morning, and a good ass. Bye. Bye.